Okay guys, we are back at it here in Newport. It's about 37 degrees. Very nice looking day. We're going into high tide. And I think it's 4 to 6 foot swells, so it's a nice calm day. Yesterday was like 10 to 15 foot viz, so I'm hoping for something similar today, but we shall see. Greg should be here today too, so he's on his way. My suit still hasn't completely dried from yesterday, so still hang dry and everything. Luckily, I've been keeping my wetsuit and lube and everything near the heater, so everything's kind of warm, but it's still cold. Will not stay warm for long. Let's try to get in this quick. I swear I'm never quick enough to get in. It always starts turning cold by the time I start putting it on, so I'm just trying to race to get just this. And then my booty's on, and then I'll spray my upper half next. I'm hoping to get a ling today, but otherwise we'll just get the rockfish like usual. I want to see a ling and possibly get one if I can. It's been too long, guys. Yeah, see? It's not cold at all. I do not have very much body fat to help me out here. Okay. Oh my gosh. That water did not stay warm for long. It's scared to get cold. See? Winter spearfishing in Oregon. Best time to do it. We're almost done with the worst part. Here's the worst part. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's get the booties on. I can tell I'm selling spearfishing in Oregon in the winter for everyone. Shark repellent on. Our shark bands still have yet to get attacked, so it's working. Hopefully. We're almost in the clear. Okay guys, getting into the suit. Are you freezing? Again, like I said, I always go head first. Deep breath. Let's keep that head on because it's cold. Good arm. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna keep the hood on for a second. It's warmer. I actually have a little bit of tear on the inside somewhere on one of the armpits, so I have to get some neoprene glue, fix that, but it hasn't been affecting me. I dove yesterday and it was like 30 something degrees when we first got here, and then went probably 40 degrees outside, and then whatever water temp is, I don't know. But I was still warm. Okay, we're gonna tighten flashlights right now. One of my subscribers, they were telling me with this light, it's nice to, so you don't burn anything because of the battery. And if the button accidentally gets pressed in your bag, it'll start cooking like I've said I've had. So they just told me to keep a turn, like one turn open, and then when you click it, doesn't go. But you just do that a couple turns, now it works. So I sometimes forget to do that when I'm in the water. It's already on my hand, and it's already on my hand like this. I can't seem to twist it, so I always want to reset it so no water gets past the O-rings. Just gonna text Greg where I'm jumping in at, just in case I start heading out before he gets here. Like I said, he's 3 hours away, so it's a long drive. He can be here a little late. I hope you're all ready for this. It's gonna be a great day. Hey guys, looks like we're on another great day in Newport. It's like 37 degrees outside. Look at that. Look at that. That's looking good. Should be a good day, guys. As long as we don't get attacked by a shark or drown, it'll be a good day. Or attacked by a sea lion, or a sea monster, or anything else that could possibly happen. We just want to get some good fish, have a great time. I just realized that I forgot my stringer. Huh. What could I use? Might have left it in the car? I'm not sure exactly. But I think I might have left it at home. I might just use one of these straps. Always something, guys. There's always something to forget. Yeah, see, it's gonna be a great day. That viz looks great. I'm actually using my shorter hole hunting gun today. Just want to be able to get around better. Plus, there's a little aluminum piece of my last one from yesterday that I gotta fix, and it's kind of annoying me because I kept getting stuck. Let's get our dive watch set for apnea mode.
Now, as always, guys, if you're hearing this whine, that means you got a boat near you. So you just always want to be extra cautious, knowing that it's there, and that's also why you always want to have a float with you. So the boaters will know that there is a diver down if they're actually paying attention, which it seems like they usually are. And then you just always want to pay close attention to when you're surfacing, try to get close to the rocks and not right out in the open, just in case the boater is not paying attention. So just something to know. Now, it's days like today that I dream about whenever I think about spearfishing the coast, because getting this kind of visibility is just so rare. Unless you spearfish a lot or dive a lot, you will only see this kind of visibility a couple times a year, and that's basically how it is for me. And I actually feel like I spearfish quite often, so I always try to take advantage of it when I get this kind of visibility.
First drop, we're already on a school. Could have taken any of those, but I'm going to be kind of picky today, I think, for a little bit. We'll see. So today I'm going to be practicing just my diving, my breath holds, and like just trying to find some good fish, but I might still have to pick off a couple just to get that feeling, knowing that I can get myself a fish. We all know how that is.
So I'm curious how many of you are actively hunting like I am and just constantly moving, searching for the fish, versus how many of you guys are just diving down and laying on the bottom and letting the fish come to you and just come out of the holes naturally. Well, guys, it doesn't get any better than that when you're able to stone your first fish.
Huh? Oh, I know. Dude, it's nice fish. I've already, if you want to, you can load it in 2 seconds on normal fish. I just took my first finally. I've got my float line from the float. It's funny that, right, yeah, you got the, I forgot my freaking stringer. Wow, okay, we might do that, I remember. Man, this guy looks a lot bigger when I shot him compared to the others, but definitely not. Just a normal, average, medium-sized rockfish. We'll get some fillets though.
So without my stringer, I am trying to think how I'm going to attach this fish to my float. A A common question a lot of people ask is why I bleed my fish, and the main reason is it keeps the meat fresh longer, and then also it keeps the meat from having a very fishy taste, though that never seems to be too much of an issue with rockfish or lingcod. They're already just such a mild tasting fish, but they are amazing for fish and chips. Well now, when you forget your stringer, you gotta do what you gotta do, and this was the great idea that I came up with, and it worked completely fine. Though I definitely recommend not to forget your stringer at home. It just makes life so much easier. Now that we got our fish all strung up, let's get back at it. So since yesterday I had already gotten 3 black rockfish, and today I've already gotten 1, my goal is more to try to find some lingcod, because I really want to get a lingcod. I haven't got one in quite a while, so you can tell I'm actually more searching the rocks versus just looking for the black rockfish that are normally hovering above the rocks. Obviously there are some big ones and ones that like to dive into the rocks, but normally I can get the rockfish out in the open. But the lings, you normally find them here, just like this guy, just laying out in the rocks.
That just looks too close to 22 to me, so I'm just not taking the shot. It could be 22, but it's just too close. Cool looking ling though.
You can definitely tell that this rockfish has been hit by a spear or attacked by a sea lion, but I would say more likely it's been hit by a spear at some point in time here recently.
That was the same ling. I'd assume, I think. Still, I don't know, it could be 22, but again, I don't want to risk it.
I'm curious about what your guys' thoughts are on this guy. He probably actually is over 22 now that I see him again, but still, I'm kind of to that point where if the fish doesn't just scream to me, oh man, that is a monster, like lingcod, I just don't take the shot anymore because I just don't want that scare of, is it 22, is it not? He probably was, but I just more want to take a look at him, just kind of film him. But let me know what you guys think. Here we go, guys. I've found another black rockfish that I have deemed worthy for a shot. So I'm just lining up on him, but I have my stubby 45 centimeter gun, and here's the drawback of it. It's just not as good shot at range. I knew that guy was kind of getting out of my range limit, but I still tried, but didn't get him this time.
Nope, I knew it was too far away. Oh yeah?
So pretty, dude.
I know, I always like when you see those ones, they're nuts.
It's crazy. It's really pretty. It's big too. I don't normally see them that big.
See, if they're big enough, I'll definitely take a shot on them, but See any lings yet?
No, no link.
Yeah, yesterday I didn't see any. Today I've seen now one, possibly two. I think it's the same one, but I don't know.
I've been peeking under rocks a bit more. I gotta look more under rocks. I stopped looking at for rockfish at the moment.
Yeah. I'm hoping. I want one back. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Unless a big rockfish comes, I might not take another shot. I might just like wait till that. And if I got the one, that's one. I have 3 more at home. So, but we'll see.
I hope you're all enjoying the video, and if you want to see more content like this, feel free to like and subscribe. Now, I'm curious on how all your guys' breath holds are compared to mine. I'm feeling pretty good getting to my minute pretty often. I eventually want to be able to get 1.5, 2 minute breath holds, but I know that'll take some years. But I'm just kind of curious how well you guys do with your breath holds. It's so crazy to me how yesterday is so different from today, where yesterday I didn't see one lingcod, and then today I just keep running into one after the next, though they all seem to be undersized.
So another ling, much smaller though. He's probably only like, I don't even know, 14 inches. I stared at him, I was like literally this close to touching him with my finger, and he didn't even move. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back up. How's it going?
What's up? How you doing?
Pretty good. You're gonna run to a lot of schools. So far I've only taken one. I'm trying to find bigger ones, but
Bigger underwater.
I know. Today's been weird.
Like second dive. Huge ling. You're just like not prepared. I was just, like warming up.
Oh,
You're just like, no.
he's like, boom, took off.
Oh, I know that time you get the shot.
Yeah, that always sucks. There you are. I was like, where'd Greg go? Oh, you got one. There you go. Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't as big as I wanted. I don't know. I lined up on it. I followed it around for a minute. I was at like 30 seconds underwater on the bottom, and I was like, I've been sitting out here too long not to shoot at it.
Okay guys, I don't know what to tell you about today, but the lings are out clearly. Too bad they just keep seeming to be undersized, though it is always awesome to see them. They're a cool looking fish.
Another ling. Again, small, like 820. What the heck? What? No, they're all in the open, right? Laying on rocks. Every single one's sunbathing.
It's always interesting to hear people always tell me, like other spearfishermen, that they always find their lingcod in like their heads in the rocks and hidden away. When for me, I always seem to find them out here, right out in the open, just laying on the rocks. Though that guy, now looking back, he did look like he probably was 22. But again, he didn't scream that he was a giant, so didn't take the shot.
Another ling.
This is my first time out this season though, so
Oh heck.
I'm gonna call it now.
I say you got insanely lucky, as you know. To get this good of viz on your first day out this season. That's insane. Whew.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh!
Look at this hog.
Oh, yes!
Oh, man.
Nice, dude.
Last dive, I'm like, I got one more cramping up.
Yes, dude, that's awesome.
Eyeball and I shot it.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Yeah, man. That belly.
Yes, that thing's huge.
Oh, man. Alright, I gotta get out.
Yeah, say it's time right there.
Dude, I went down, I dove and I saw one that was like, you said like 16 inches.
Yeah, I keep seeing those.
I can't get out after I just saw Lingcod on my last dive.
Right?
I
Was he out in the open or in a rock?
No, I like was down there like wiggling him out, and of course I saw like zeros out. I was like, no.
No, yeah.
I like reaching in the hole. I mean, like I said, all I saw was the side of his face, and I was like, dude, I think that's a Lingcod. It could be something else.
Yeah.
In there, but,
That's awesome, man. Good job.
I'm glad you got to see that. I witnessed.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you got a monster right there.
This is by far the biggest I got.
Yeah, that one's a.
Wait, I mean, look at that belly.
Oh, so that thing's a beast. Those fins.
All the rockfish in there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that or greenling, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Now you gotta try to get it out of the water.
Oh, I know, that's the problem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a beast. You got some fillets of meat right there. Yeah.
Now, it turns out those guys are also in the group I'm in on Facebook called Oregon Freediving and Spearfishing. So if you're new to spearfishing or have any interest in it, I'd say definitely join the group, and everyone is always looking for a buddy, and a lot of people like to share their knowledge. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am still just in awe of this water visibility, and without it, I definitely would not have seen this guy. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a monkey-faced eel, and I've actually never gotten one before. I've shot a couple and they've always gotten away, but this guy, oh, I got that spear right through him. Now, Greg got one of these monkey-faced eels a little while back, and he was telling me how hard they fight, and he is right. This dude is just all muscle, and he was just fighting for his life. But I knew I had that shot good, and the flopper's open, so I knew I had him.
Dude, monkey face. Get it? Oh, dude, this thing's going nuts. You got a monkey face eel. Big monkey face. Woo. Okay. Dang, that sucks. We gotta find it. So I gotta kill this thing. Yeah. Huh.
So another thing that Greg told me was that these guys have extremely hard skulls. And again, he was not wrong. I could not believe it. I thought I had stuck my knife into a stone. And of course it gets really stuck, and I'm trying not to cut my spear line. Luckily I didn't, but man, getting my knife out of this was a battle.
You are not lying. This thing, their skull is like my knife stuck in its head. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is good. Dude, they are sliding, dude.
Alright, I'm not.
So weird, but they are the best eating, dude. That is legendary, dude.
Oh, that's
I'm pissed on that leak, dude. I accidentally put my hand next to it, and I didn't see him, and he took off in front of my face.
Oh, dang.
And then he slowly slipped in the hole. I got a real good look at him, and I circled the hole, but he's underneath the rock.
He's underneath. Okay, well, breathe.
Yeah, dude, that's
He
a
might
good
come.
one. Hell
He's
yeah,
a fatty.
dude, that's awesome.
Man.
That is, I knew I was going to see one of those.
I didn't think I was gonna see it. It's right on the open too. It was literally, well, kind of is out, kind of on a crack area of a rock, which is like kind of more in the open spot. I'm like, it might be dead because it looks like paler color, but I shot it and then it just started.
Dude, they're strong.
Yeah.
They're so strong.
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah.
Where is your stringer? Actually, I want to put this on your stringer. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? I want it in the stringer before I take it off the.
Yeah, dude, they're so hard.
I gotta try to work to get the knife off. Okay. Breathe up, get that leg.
Now, luckily, Greg had brought a stringer, though he forgot his float, and I forgot my stringer. I brought my float, so luckily this worked because I did not want to try to put the float line through this thing's mouth. I don't even think I would have been able to get it through, just because its mouth was pretty small. So luckily this all worked out, and I was able to use Greg's stringer. You can see a lot of his fish here. He got some good ones. It is so crazy how much of a pain in the butt it was to try to get this knife out of its head. And the fact that it's also extremely slippery did not help at all. So right here, I actually give up for a minute. I'm like, okay, I am just going to go hunt again. I don't want to waste time because the current has already been changing and I wanted to see if I could get another fish or obviously try to find a ling or anything. So it is time to dive again without my knife. So I'm still searching for lings, but when you see a black rockfish that you can clearly tell is much larger than all the rest, that's when you know you just got to take the shot on it. So that's what I did with this guy. He was clearly bigger, so I'm like, yes, I got to get the shot, and I actually stoned him, so that's awesome.
That was a good one. Didn't make it all the way through.
So unlike my eel, I'm going to put this guy back on my float line just to keep my fish separated from Greg's fish. And then hopefully I got to try to get that knife out of the head of the eel because I'm starting to stress a little bit about having fishing line around me and not have my knife on. So I know I'm going to decide to go back for that knife. I just need to thank whoever told me back in the day to spin these single floppers out. I mean, that has made a world of difference. Seems so simple, but I was not doing that at the beginning when I had single floppers. Well, without a knife, you got to do what you got to do to get the blood out of the fish, so I just decided I was going to use my spear to rip the gills open. This guy was stoned, so he was already dead. Okay, it is time to try to get that knife out of this eel's head. I swear I don't think I'm ever going to do it this way again. If I get one of these monkeyface eels again, I think I'll probably just go and slit the gills and let it bleed out versus getting my knife stuck in their skull. I couldn't believe it. I'm like trying to wedge his head into between these two rocks just to be able to get the knife out. Still wouldn't do it. And clearly you can hear my voice. I'm trying. I feel like I'm a pretty strong guy, but clearly I need to go to the gym more if I can't get a knife out of a eel's head. This is just ridiculous to me. Well, guys, I wasn't able to get the knife out of his head, so I decided to leave. No, I'm just kidding. My camera actually died. Its battery died, so this is me and Greg kind of just getting ourselves ready. We're going to keep diving further out because Greg found another school of fish. And unfortunately, fortunately, he got a nice lingcod, but my camera died, so I wasn't able to get it. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all out in the next one.